He's managed to head it with the back of his head. That is some serious talent, man. Jesus.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keep going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons with me, a man looking forward to his next hair appointment like a 7-year-old kid waiting for Christmas. As always, of course, if you're enjoying it, drop a like, where my algorithm ultra's at. So today, I thought we'd start on Christou. Christodoulos Christou, captain of the club, bane of my existence these days. Just had another player complain, Christou won't talk to him. Mate, you are like probably the worst captain I think I've ever had. I think there's only one time this season when I've asked him to do something captainy, and he's actually been like, yeah boss. Most of the time he's just like, nah mate, someone else can do it. So that isn't great, to be honest, but what is good is the 12 goals and 7 assists that he's popped past in the league this year. He has stepped it up, and he's done that off of quite a low XG as well, compared to some of the other players in the teams that have got higher ones and have similar goal tallies. And the goals have been very spread out this season, and I think that's actually what's made us so dangerous, is that you can't just take one player out the game and make us less dangerous. We have 4 or 5 players that could comfortably score goals, and that, I think, is going to be what's going to make us so good going forward with this shape, no matter who we're in charge of. Also, Saulis is known for his amazing sour cream home-baked recipes. He often brings his bakery items into training with him, and Regan Booty has been adding to his booty from this. That would explain the slight drop-off in the middle of the season. Presumably the hat-trick was him saying, no more sourdough. Also, massive shout-out to Saulis, who apparently made his first ever league start for Olympiacos. Like, he's obviously played other games for them before, but his first, league debut for them this weekend. So that's awesome. If he turns out to be as good for them as he's been for us, then hey, they've got a hell of a player on their hands there. But today, we have Peck. And then, of course, finishing off against Degenis, who, as you will see, incredibly, might actually stay up. What on earth is this world where Ahironis are bottom, Limpia there too, and Degenis, that point they got against Paralimni, has pulled them out of the relegation? Well, technically, sort of. Oh, it's head-to-head. So that was all that time wasted on goal difference. Remind me next team, read the rules of the league before we start assuming things. Because, yeah... Later today, we're also going to check out how Vileshta got on, some of the European competitions, because believe me, there's some very strange finals. I'm going to do the... where is it? Yeah, my best 11, and we'll kind of go from there. Oh, wait, we already have that set up. Okay, so Christou has a slight knock, but I think we kind of need to start him here, really. Yeah, Agakwa is out for the rest of the season, sadly. That's an injury that is not going to recover soon. It's a twisted ankle, I think it was it a twisted knee? Sprained knee ligaments. That's way worse. But Diego Gomez will come in. He did an okay job deputising there last season, so I think I can trust him to come in and do it again. And that'll probably do for the bench as well. Oh, and I did some looking. Getafe were taken over, so that's probably the reason that the manager was sacked. I couldn't go find the news article, but I did see there was a takeover, and sometimes that can happen. But still, imagine if they didn't get promoted now, that they replaced the manager. That would be the ultimate in, Schadenfreude. Also, I can't be the only one that's getting, slight Tony Harris vibes about Christou. He's not quite up there at the level of someone like Thomas Stepanek, but I do wonder if his belligerency could have cost us at times this season. Perfect start to the game for us, as Alki, legends, have taken the lead against Paralimni. So at the moment, I think even a defeat would actually see us win the league as things stand. Not that I want to do that. I want to lose as few games as possible and go for as high a points tally as is capable for us, really. Fombatas, back to Stylianou. Now, obviously, missing Agakwe isn't ideal. That double A battery has been sensational defensively for us this year. Stylianou, good ball through. Booty's block. Oh, wow. Booty, Regan Booty, with his 12th goal of the season. I predicted 17, and I was a bit off on that based on that insane start to the season. But honestly, even with a bit of a tail off, to score 12 goals this season is, and they were all in the league as well, is still extremely impressive from central midfield. Great initial shot. I don't know how he gets to the rebound with his other foot there, but it is Ermis 1, Peck 0, and that is glorious. But really strong start. We are playing like a team that are going to be in the top flight next season, whether or not we're there or not, as Diego Gomez, of all people, Mr. Short-Ass Defender. Matt wouldn't date him on Tinder, but he has scored a goal to make it 2-0 to Ermis now, and I think that's another assist for Remy Fombatas. And that must be pretty close to 20. Gomez just rising like a salmon in the middle of them there, and it's now 2-0. And we lost to we didn't. We beat them in the cup, didn't we? Alki back in front against Paralimni as well. So, I mean, the title is virtually ours now. We're 2 goals to the good. Paralimni are a goal down. I'm a bit perturbed by the fact the referee is basically wearing the same kit as Peck. It's not really helped them a great deal so far, but, if they concede, if we give away a dodgy penalty, I'm going to be worried. As always in situations like this, a third goal, suddenly we start to look a lot more comfortable. Although we do look pretty good at 2-0 still. Fompatas, Mendy, oh my god, what a header from Mendy. Fompatas might well have just hit his 20th league assist of the season. That's Regan Booty numbers. But Mendy has got double figures for the year, and I think he's put in a hell of a shift for this team this year. He may not have always done the glamorous stuff, but he's been just there, linking up play. Does this come off the back of his head? Because it sure looked like it did. He's managed to head it with the back of his head. That is some serious talent, man. Jesus. I don't think Paralimni have to worry about losing second spot because Ayia Napa are hammering Kalmiatissa 4-0 at half-time. I think Digenis are slipping back into the relegation zone again as they're currently 4-1 down, or is it 3-0? Due now with the ball in. Edge of the box for Lima. Good save again from Duvniak. Sort of classic. We are either very good in the second half or very average in the second halves of games, it seems. We've just kind of tailed off here and allowed them back into it, but still have actually stayed pretty strong at the back and haven't looked too threatened. They just have had some shots, allegedly. Meira. Victor. Can he slip it through for Brooks? Brooks might just go for goal. Oh, what a strike. Adam Brooks. Get that goalkeeper to Adam Brooks. That was 4-0 Ermis. A rare goal for Adam Brooks. I brought him on for Christou to sit in there because he does have a little bit of a different quality about him to Christou, and it's really just shown there. They just stood off, I think, presumably not expecting him to just have a crack at it, but it just rolls out of his feet lovely, and he's just scooped that round the goalkeeper for 4-0 Ermis, and we've had a lot of 4-0s this season. And now, Paralimni have equalised, but we are just a few moments away from being crowned champions of the Cypriot second division, and I think thoroughly deservedly so as well. Ermis 4, Peck 0. Great performance in front of goal tonight, just did what we needed to do in a very professional performance, and what more could I have asked for from the lads, quite simply? It's another clean sheet, hopefully, and we're going to be champions. That's going to be 2 titles already in our career as the manager in this save. Meira, is there another one coming potentially? I don't think he's going to be able to do much with that. No, he's not. But still, you know, the way it's worked so far is stabilise the team, second year, go for the title. Stabilise the team, second year, go for the title. Now, how long we can keep that sort of performance up, I don't know. And there we go. Ermis 4, Peck 0. Are we going to see a trophy celebration? We are. Ermis Aradipu are the B Categoria champions for 2023-2024, and you love to see it. It's just extremely happy. There's Christou. I presume he'll refuse to pick up the trophy because that would involve doing something for the team, and there they are. Come on, lads. He's going to lift the trophy. What colour are the fireworks going to be? I presume they'll be red. You'd like to hope so, considering that's the team colours, but I'm honestly not sure. They are red, as the red and, I'm guessing, purple raining down from the sky there, as we are 4-0 winners and champions of the division. Now, hopefully, that will help out our rep too, as we make our plans for our future to try and bring Regan Booty with us. Right, we're back, and I've just been met with this. Club vision objectives failed. Repair the club's financial damage. I would love to know exactly what they were expecting us to do, given that we had no players of high value that were able to be sold at all, other than that time Christou was bid for last season. In addition, us winning the title currently has gained us exactly 0 reputation boost. So that's quite frustrating. But it just seems like we'd be fighting a losing battle with this lot, while they're funneling money out of the club and they're going, this is your fault. Bearing in mind as well, the budget they gave us for next season in the top flight is lower than the budget they started off with this season in the second tier. To give you an idea of what we'd have to work with to try and build a top flight team if we were to somehow extend a contract, I should also stress, they have not offered me a contract extension either. I mean, let's be realistic about this. I actually could have done some stuff. The options that we could have taken to achieve that objective, or at least work towards it, would have been to sell every player that we had that had any kind of value. Now, we didn't have that many bids for many players anyway, so there's a real limit to what we would have actually received in player sales had we tried to do that. And secondly, I could have just not bought anybody, got rid of anyone who was on high money, and we might have been able to sort of stumble our way to surviving this season, but they can't expect us to do that at the same time as expecting us to win promotion. Like, pick one of the two. This is another reason why I feel like a midnight mission off this island with Regan Booty in the back of our Citron Saxo is going to be a problem. It's going to be what we're going to have to do, not after the final game, but as soon as we can. I'm genuinely worried that they may just never offer another contract, and that actually might not be the worst idea in the world, as long as they don't sack us, because that could hurt our rep. If they did that, I'd be so pissed. I mean, I guess it's just a case of same again, really, isn't it? They have way more riding on this game than we do, to be honest. We're already top of the league. We are crowned champions. We're not bothered, but they need a result. They have to beat us and hope that Olympia lose, because Olympia won their game. So I think they had that brief moment of hope, but I think that they're pretty much dead and buried. But you never know. Maybe they'll come up with some magic, though we did beat them 5-1 earlier this season in probably the middle of one of our worst spells of the entire year, and we were still able to put 5 goals past them. So that doesn't bode well if they're as open as they might be. As already, look at the spaces. They play a 4-4-2, which normally it can be quite compact at times, but when it's a bad 4-4-2, like, oh, wow. I think we could find our way through this team quite a lot today, but we'll see. Mango with the ball through, and Petru's on the end of this here. So superb tackle, and it's come back in, and Verissimo Amario, their first shot of the game. The tackle somehow lands at the feet of Amaro, and DeGenis actually have the lead here. We just get super complacent here. I don't know how on earth. Oh dear, he tackles it straight against him, slips it through, and it's 1-0 DeGenis. Okay, lads, come on, wake up. The ideal way to end our season would be losing to their only shot or something. That would show how little we're bothered about this. But hey, hopefully we can dig this out. I think we actually fell behind against them in the previous game this season and still managed to win 5-1. So maybe it isn't over just yet. Christou, Booty, Fombatas goes for goal. Well saved again. Dynamite to Sawless. Round the side for Christou. Back for Victor again. Fombatas. Booty! Oh, wow. Lovely, lovely stuff there. Regan Booty with the assist. Christou pulls out his 13th goal of the season. So, for all his faults, he looked like he may well be the top scorer for us this season with 13 in all competitions. Really nice bit of play. We finally got that ball moving. It's a great little reverse pass from Christou there. And just nice football from the lads. Booty, really unselfish to slip that across instead of trying to shoot. Nice little assist for Regan Booty. And we're level by half-time. Thank God for that. Well, half-time, fairly straightforward. Hopefully we can go and grab ourselves the win in the second half. Victor's brought it down to Mendy now. Got runners. No real options for him, though. We've still got so many players forward in these situations, though. Dynamite. Christou. Sawless. And it's a good effort. Space in the middle for Victor. Guys, Fombatas on the overlap. Might go for goal here, and he does. And it comes back. Victor's always an open man. Mendy now. Booty. Oh, Booty again. It's a poor effort. Fombatas. Christou. Oh, there was a runner being made. Oh, lovely pass. Oh. Still kind of shocking that we actually aren't winning this game as things go, but I guess it won't be the end of the world if we don't, but it would be nice to just finish with a win. We haven't actually played all that badly in this game by any normal standards, really, for us. Booty, oh, deflection into the path of the keeper. Booty flicks it down. Mendy, here we go. We're winding up the passing now. The one-touch stuff's coming out. We're about to just play right through them. I can feel it. Booty, Stylianu, Victor, Mendy, Christou. Oh, good save again by the keeper. It doesn't look like we're going to win this one, in spite of our complete and total dominance on the night. They've had one shot on target, and that's going to be the goal. And it's going to be like that Omonia Psevda game again. Another game like that in the same season is actually kind of depressing that we've only managed to draw this game 1-1. Didn't play any worse than normal, really. I think it was a pretty stellar performance from the lads. They just somehow didn't find the back of the net again. Weird. That's the second time this season that we've had a game like this where we've just dominated, peppered them with shots from good areas for a lot of it, and just failed to find the back of the net. Wow. Okay, disappointing. And they do actually end up finishing bottom as Ahironis grab themselves a victory in the 91st minute, which is not enough to keep them up, even with Limpia losing in the end. So Ahironis sadly returned to the third tier. So that was how it ended. 7 points clear in the end. It actually looks a lot better than it was. Well, actually, no, I say that. We played well. Fombatas, 20 league assists this season is actually ridiculous. But I want to show you some other stuff and then show you some of the player stats as well, just briefly. Oh, that's disappointing. When I last looked at Vileshta, which was admittedly a while ago, they were top of this league fairly comfortably, but it seems that Metalurg Skopje have just come out of nowhere and demolished this division. If we look at the past positions, I'm fairly certain that Vileshta were top for... Oh, okay. So they rose all the way up to the top and were looking pretty good and then just sort of fell away a little bit, falling down as far as 6th in the end before coming up to finish 3rd in the end. So I don't know what happened there or why that really happened to them, but they've still got Galevsky, Davkov, some new players I don't really know of particularly, but there we go. The current manager is Kendrin Kuchi. So the main reason I wanted to show you this is because the Champions League final this year is Lazio versus Barcelona. Now, it doesn't actually affect us as far as the save, but I just thought it was cool that like a different team is in a final. It reminds me of that time that Benfica won the Champions League in the first season of one of my saves. The Europa League is RB Leipzig versus Man United, so that actually does, I believe, now remove Leipzig, which we kind of expected would happen at some point. So they're now off the list. And in the Europa Conference League, it's Feyenoord versus Hertha. And I don't know if that affects it or not. Hertha might honestly now be one that's off the list, because they were one of the potential ones that could have been a good team to manage, maybe. I can't remember if they were on the list or not, but this will definitely change things, change the face of things quite a lot. It's cool to see Feyenoord in a European final as well. So just one little look here. This is just overall stats, as you can see a lot of stuff. Christodoulou, That's not his name, Matt. Christodoulos Christou, Jesus Christ, Matt, was the top scorer in the league. But you see, not in the league, for us, we have 4 players that hit double figures for us this season. And that is a really strong sign of how we can spread the goals out across the team. Makes a massive difference for us, I think. Best XG on the team. So Mendy definitely, possibly could have done a bit more, maybe. I don't know. But I'd say Christou's done pretty well, considering he had the least expected goals of the 4 and yet managed to score the most goals overall. Pretty happy with that. You can see it drops off fairly sharply after that. But most of that is because the likes of Mayra didn't play anywhere near as many games. Well, no, I mean, he didn't. He didn't play as many games as some of the others. Lots of substitute appearances more than anything else. So that makes a lot of sense. Fombatas as well. 22 assists this season is actual filth. He might have the best goal contribution to anyone this year. Christos, with 20 goal contributions. Victor with 12. Solis at 19. 10 for Mera. 17 for Booty, but 27 goal contributions for Remy Fombatas. He probably won't get it, but for me, he's our player of the season. To get 22 assists in all competitions this year is actually stunning. Key passes per 90 minutes, you can see. He was 4.5 key passes per game for Remy Fombatas is actual ridiculousness. Just not a player I expected that from this year. He has been utterly outrageously good. And Simonetti actually did okay when he filled in for him too, but Fombatas was just never injured enough or missed any games. We haven't. There's been no reputation boost yet. Now that might switch at the end of the season maybe, because our contract obviously expires. When does our contract expire? On the 30th of June. Now I've not been offered a contract extension, by the way. I'm pretty certain I was offered these before with Vileshta. So it might be that they're just simply not going to extend my contract. Perhaps because they're pissed at the way we've worked. I don't know. But if they do offer me, obviously I think that there's no real room to progress here as far as getting our coaching badges and actually improving ourselves as a manager, because they've put us in an incredibly tough place for next year where we're going to have to build a team with less money than we built the team for this year. And I just don't see a future with that kind of management above us, quite simply. So I think that we need to look to go and move on, get our little Citron Saxo and get out of here, get on the ferry, try and smuggle Rig and Booty with us. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Our next job, it has to be either club with some financial clout that will allow us to get our coaching badges, or a sort of bigger club, top flight in a smaller nation that maybe we can win a title, like an actual domestic league title, and get some European experience with. Ideally both. That would be quite a lot to ask. And I'm willing to take as much time as I can in the next video to find that job, even if it's not during that initial glut of jobs that I really just don't think it will be. You never know, we might get lucky. I don't know what jobs are out there. I've not looked, and I don't intend to until we start that video. So this may well be the last time we see us as manager of Ermis. But I still think we've had a bloody good time here, and I've really enjoyed managing in Ermis. It's been a really little fun in Ermis, in Aradipu. It's just been fun. I've really enjoyed it. 62% win rate as well. We've done a good job so far, and I can't wait to see what we're going to be able to accomplish in the future. Picked up a decent amount of scouting knowledge of Cyprus, actually, considering. I assume the North Macedonia one goes down slightly, but hopefully we can find ourselves a better job and start to move on with the next leg of this journey. But I'll be honest, I am going to miss Ermis, but hopefully we can form just as big of an attachment as we did here to our next job. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like. That'd be lovely. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday. And of course, Sunday's video, it's going to be the job hunt. Oh boy. I'm glad it's only 10 in the morning because I get the feeling this is going to take a while. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.